2020. The worst year I've experienced thus far, and I'm sure many can agree. Let's see here. We've had World War III scares, giant murder hornets, cyclones, tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquakes, floods, bushfires, etc., Kobe Bryant's helicopter crash, a worldwide pandemic, and now police brutality. Need I say more? As close friends, and many of you may have noticed, my social media activity dropped drastically recently. I've been silent, not just on YouTube and Tumblr, but also on Discord, as my close friends that I always talk to know. Why? Well, life sucks right now. What can I say? The constant barrage of 2020's bullshit's got my mental health down pretty low right now. Trying to limit my social media use to avoid seeing more BS to make my mental health even worse. But don't get too worried, I'm doing okay for the most part. It's mainly my anxiety spiking more than anything. When my anxiety spikes, I have a hard time sleeping, I get headaches and other pains often, I eat more than I should. Eating to cope isn't very good, eh? So, yeah. Not fun. And think about it, it's only June! We aren't even halfway to 2021! What's late 2020 gonna be like? What's 2021 and 2022 gonna be like? My anxiety right now in a nutshell right there for ya. So I know what some of you are probably thinking. Are you okay, Becca? Are you gonna be quiet for a while yet? For how long? All I can say is, I am doing okay to an extent, but I don't know how long I'll be quiet for. If anyone who follows me on Tumblr has seen my more recent posts, you'd know I'm planning on making an animated series, The Wolves of Fazdur. In regards to the series, production is going to be slower from my activity drop. As for other videos and content, nothing I can say about it. I have no idea. Since I've mentioned The Wolves of Fazdur, let me fill you in a bit on it for those who haven't seen the posts. Fazdur is the land, or continent, that TWoF takes place in. It's a series of biomes with tons of miles in land, inhabited completely by wolves of different species. As of right now, barely anything is done other than the Fazdur gods, 2 species, and the continent. I have a long way to go. I have a Patreon set up for TWoF, which is still a work in progress, but you can find it in the description. So that once people catch wind of the series and it's actually in better progress, people can donate and purchase tiers which allow them to view pre-release content and other stuff. With COVID and me not being able to get a job like I initially wanted, the money will really help me as well as the voice actors and other creators I hire to help. I will likely take up commissions as well for money outside of TWoF's production. And speaking of me needing other creators to help with TWoF, well, I got some news for you. I'm currently holding a species contest, of which people can submit their own species ideas to me, and they may become an official wolf species. I've had the contest set up on Tumblr for a few weeks now. I got 0 feedback for it. Please, I could really use the help, so if you want to help, please do. I will be re-uploading the species sheet and the contest itself later on, since I made a few changes to the contest requirements, so keep an eye out for that. In other news, I'll be uploading the first voice acting lines for characters that will appear on the trailer once I get more done. Again, remember the production is going to be slow, so it may take a few months at the longest before it's uploaded. Now, let's move on to the next subject. My thoughts on the protests and the police brutality going on right now as we speak. Please see the description for timestamps if you wish to skip this subject. I don't want to make anyone upset. Take care of yourself. Before I even get to my initial thoughts, I want to say a few words for George Floyd's family. My prayers are with you all. No one deserves what he went through, black or white. I wish you all the best. Same goes for every other family whose loved ones fell victim to racism and brutality. Blood needlessly spilt, and for what? A sick, satisfying moment for some sorry excuse of an officer? Shame on anybody who thinks it's susceptible to harm people just because of their skin color. It doesn't matter whether someone's black or white. They're still human. So shame on you if you think that's susceptible. Shame on you. Now, the protests. The protesters all have a damn good reason to be mad. A black man was held down, his neck crushed, for 9 minutes straight. He foamed at the mouth, begged the officers to get off his neck. What did they do? Kept doing it and just watched the poor man suffer until he died. One word for that. Racists. And the thing is, the protests didn't even start as riots or looting or vandalism. The main majority of the protests were peaceful, and still are. From what I've seen, officers and people who just want to start trouble started vandalism and other BS so that the cops can blame it on the protesters and have a reason to hurt them. Not only that, but the officers have been shooting people, point blank, in the face with rubber bullets. Macing and pepper spraying people, even kids, pushing and shoving people, even the elderly. Like the one time one officer cracked an old guy's skull open after he hit the ground. They didn't even do anything. They just walked around as he bled out. Thank God he survived! Oh, but you want to know the quote-unquote best thing about this? They've arrested over 2,000 people by now, if I'm correct, but I know for a fact it's either close to or over 2,000 by now. 2,000 people arrested, when all we wanted was three racist officers who murdered an innocent black man who had a family, a 6-year-old child, who now will have to grow up without her dad and one day walk down the aisle without him. How long do they intend to arrest protesters for using their basic human rights? How long must they shoot people whether on the street or in their own houses? Doesn't matter, rubber bullets or metal bullets. How long must people become damaged and broken because an officer abused their power? How long must children take part in these protests for their rights? How long must anyone's blood be spilt for no good reason? How long must we put up with police brutality of any kind? All that we ask for is for those 3 cops and any other cops who'd partake in innocent bloodshed of black people or white people to be arrested and charged. Is that too much to ask? Apparently it is, because then the cops won't be getting their money that they want so badly. So they decide to arrest thousands of protesters to get that money. Sickening. So in short, I am sick of the needless bloodshed. I am sick of the fact that the officers who'd murdered a man are still roaming free, and the one who actually took his life is out on parole or whatever it was. Psh, if you ask me, he was safer in jail, because now people might go looking for him. And I'm sorry, but if something happens to him, good fucking riddance! To anyone who's been partaking in the protests, my prayers and thoughts are with you. Show those cops we aren't standing for the racism and brutality anymore. We've known it existed for years, but now, we're just waking up to it, and finally taking a stand for our fellow men and women. We're all human. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, or rainbow for all I care. You matter. But please, be careful. The officers clearly don't care about your safety. They can and will shoot you, mace you, hurt you, even arrest you. For God's sake, please stay safe. Now that I've gotten all that off my chest, I'll now talk about my thoughts on the pandemic. Again, the timestamp is below for anyone who's sensitive to the topics I talk about in this video. I have one simple word to describe my entire opinion of COVID. It sucks! You can't go into most places without a mask. You can't go to many public places like parks or pools, and it's even a miracle that Universal Studios is open. You have to stay 6 feet apart from people, especially in any public place that is open. Let's just say I really hate living in a history book chapter that one day my children will be reading in school. Really, really sucks. Remember to take care of yourself and stay healthy. Wash your hands often, especially after going out and touching things other people have touched, like after shopping and before or after eating. Social distance, it does a big difference. Stay 6 feet apart from other people, and if you have a mask on you, always wear a mask when around lots of people. That's another big one. Buy or wear a mask. They really help. Since COVID may last another 2 years, according to scientists, doctors, and etc., it's going to be really important to know those 3 big tips to stay healthy. Because if we aren't careful, it could last even more than 2 years, according to how fast and far the illness spreads over time. I don't really have much else to say about the COVID, so let's move on to something a little more lighthearted. Some more updates on my own life. First off, I had recently gotten $1,200 in a stimulus check. That's a lot of money. With it, my dad had bought me and my brother a new computer that has a terabyte of RAM. That's a very good computer. It cost almost the entire stimulus check to get the parts. As of right now, we're waiting on one more package. Then I'll be putting it together. So finally, I have a personal, to an extent, computer right where I can record videos more easily and not worry about bothering my mom bothering me, or being interrupted by anybody else. As the computer I'm recording this video on is my mom's computer. Me and my bro have been using it for the longest time now, and the only times I could record videos was when I was home alone or when my mom wasn't downstairs. For example, I'm home alone right now for the first time in a while. No interruptions, and quiet background. Once we get the computer, you can expect videos a bit more often, considering I don't need to wait for times when I'm home alone, and wait even longer if I can't finish the video in time anymore. Remember, however, I'm still in a bit of an activity drop, so it will be some time still before I start uploading a lot again. Oh, and it's not only the computer that we're also getting an Oculus Rift S! Something we both wanted for forever. Man, am I hyped to experience virtual reality for the first time. If I could figure it out, I'm definitely gonna upload VR videos too. Likely may even record my first time using it. Some games me and my bro want to try include Blade and Sorcery, FNAF Help Wanted, Minecraft, and even VR Chat. Hopefully we'll be able to get them all at some point, because I know for a fact that FNAF, BAS, and Minecraft are paid games. But as of recently, BAS is broken from a recent patch. From the reviews I've read, people can't even play the game, it's that broken. And not only that, but the VR is actually out of stock, so we can't get it yet. Don't know when we'll actually be able to get the Oculus Rift, but at least we'll have a killer gaming computer to hold us off till then. Now, one more thing I'm going to talk about. About Ask Hazel's current hiatus due to me distancing myself from the stuff going on via social media, and also due to me working on TWoF. I am so sorry about putting it on hiatus literally 2 story posts in, I didn't want to! Hopefully I can get back to working on it pretty soon, because I'm currently on a bit of a burnout with TWoF. Been working on it for days on end, not used to that. So, maybe in the coming weeks it'll come out? Hopefully. What I might do soon is do more randomness asks rather than the story to get back in the flow of things and drawing the characters. You can keep an eye out for posts on the blog regarding when I'm taking the randomness asks. And finally, one last thing. I'm gonna see about making a little video for shits and giggles. An animatic video revolves around Ask Hazel with different vines, so you can watch for that. I want to make it at least 5 minutes long, but it might be shorter or longer. We'll have to see. And with that, we've come to the end of the video. Phew. This video was more trouble than it's worth. 2, almost 3 days trying to record clips that had to stop at points due to interruptions and not being alone. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye-bye!